Alrighty, yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94, back with another reaction video. Today, we finna react to NBA players who were good at just one thing. This should be interesting. Without further ado, let's get right into it.
In an NBA landscape where versatility is emphasized more than ever, there have been so many players in recent years who've built a long, fruitful career by being elite at just one specific skill. Some would call them a one-trick pony.
Let's get it.
But to be honest, I don't like that term, because it implies that they were bad players in general, but in reality, these players maximized their lone skill to their absolute highest potential. In this video, let's take a look at 6 NBA players who were only good at one thing. And perhaps that's all they needed.
Whoa, a little nifty move, looking like a point guard out there.
Andre Drummond. Drummond entered the league in 2012 at the spry age of 19, and you can legitimately argue he never expanded his game at all. He came in as an elite rebounder, led the league in rebounds for 4 different seasons.
I don't know about that, Chief. He's actually expanded his game to being a knockdown corner shooter now. He can knock down corner threes now at a pretty good clip. He's expanded his game. I hate to say it, but this video aged like milk, brother. You might want to take this down, brother. It's time to take this down, brother. It's still time to take this down.
Led the league in offensive rebounds for 7 different seasons, which indicates his uncanny ability to be at the right place at the right time. It's like his hands have magnets on them. Granted, a huge number of rebounds come from the fact that he can't finish properly at the rim, so he just grabs the board and tries again, and again, and again.
Look at him get 3 offensive rebounds before.
Regardless, there's no doubting his prowess on the glass. On paper, Drummond gives off the impression that he could also be a great defender, a great pick-and-roll scorer, and maybe even a great post scorer. The dude is a 7-footer who weighs 280 pounds and somewhat athletic, with a 7'6" wingspan. The dude's a huge body with a massive frame that engulfs the vast majority of centers. Yet, for some reason, aside from rebounding, he plays much smaller than he actually is. For example, he has never even averaged 2 blocks a game, and his defensive awareness in general is just really bad, because he's so slow and inattentive. He shoots only 64% right at the basket. Compared to other 7-footers like Rudy Gobert or DeAndre Jordan, Drummond's efficiency is abysmal for his size.
That's kind of crazy having a lower percentage than Rudy Gobert.
Shot. If you've never watched Andre Drummond and just evaluate him based on his stats, the biggest misconception people have is that they actually think he's a good offensive player.
He's not.
They simply look at his points and field goal percentage and think, oh, this guy can score the basketball, kind of. But he really can't. In terms of true shooting percentage, Drummond hovered around below average for most of his career, but way below average compared to other centers. A large part of his offensive bag is simply catching passes near the rim, and even then, he struggles to do that. It doesn't help that, in Detroit, his teams were often poorly constructed. You add on the other stuff like him never having a jump shot, and his free throw percentage has always been piss poor. Of all qualified players, Drummond's career 48.6% free throw percentage is the 3rd worst in history, ahead of only Ben Wallace and DeAndre Jordan.
Damn.
To say he's only good at rebounding is an understatement. He's literally unplayable in every other aspect of the game. The dude's straight up horrendous, and that's why, despite his insane rebounding talent, Drummond has rarely ever made a positive impact for any team he played for. Kyle Korver. Now, let me explain. You could essentially name any 3-point specialist and put him in a video like this. Off the top of my head, I can think of guys like JJ Redick or Klay Thompson, or heck, even Steve.
Ooh, that is a terrible take. Now, Steve Novak, I can understand, but Klay Thompson? That is a terrible take if you think he a one-trick pony. Klay Thompson was a elite defender. Elite defender, great pick-and-roll guy, could come off the screen. Like, bro, Klay could do a lot, bro. like y'all didn't watch Klay like I was. I'm a big Klay Thompson fan. Well, I was a big Klay Thompson fan. So you got with Meg Thee Stallion. Yeah, I'm a hater. You doing with Meg, man? That's supposed to be, man. But I understand it though. Klay always get all the baddies though. So I can't be mad. Can't hate the player, hate the game. But still though. Saying Klay Thompson is a one-trick pony is crazy, bro. Y'all really wasn't watching the Warriors.
Novak. The reason I chose Korver is because not only does he do everything else at a subpar level, but he literally made an all-star team due to his single skill of shooting threes. I know the Hawks won 60 games that year, so everyone was jumping aboard the bandwagon.
Fake
but
demons.
To have Korver be selected
Fake
as an
demons.
all-star is asinine, and it shows how
Fake
good
contenders.
of a shooter he truly was.
I remember I made a video talking about them. I think it was like 2K or NBA Live video. And I was talking about the Atlanta Hawks that year. Bruh, tell me why I got so much hate for disrespecting, for saying that the Atlanta Hawks weren't really contenders. They're pretenders, not contenders. I got so much hate. And look what happened when they made it to the conference finals. They got swept by LeBron and them. Trash ass niggas. Boo y'all. Don't boo me. Boo y'all.
Boo this man!
And the Hawks been trash since.
Korver led the league in three-point shooting for 4 different seasons, but perhaps he was best known during his time in Utah, where he set the NBA record for the highest three-point percentage ever in a single season, 53.6%.
Damn.
That's a three by Kyle Korver.
The other aspects of his game, however, well, it's kinda rough. Unlike somebody like JJ Redick, who is honestly elite at moving off the ball and having insane cardio, and unlike Klay Thompson, Korver was never a good defender, while Klay was elite at defense.
Exactly. Put some respect on that
Korver
man's
was more
name.
of a basic catch-and-shoot player, and back in his day, he didn't move as much because of how NBA offenses were constructed. Now, in terms of playmaking, creating off the dribble, attacking the basket, passing, all of that was non-existent. What's even more impressive is that Korver built an entire career off this single skill, and he played over 1,200 games. If he came into the NBA in the modern era, I don't think he'd get as much playing time, just because you can't just be a three-point shooter.
Yeah.
You need to defend and
Yeah.
contribute in other ways, or
Three
else you'll be exposed.
You'll be a 3-and-D.
I think he's a good example of being in the right place at the right time. The three-point revolution was still in its early stages. So Korver, being an early adopter of the three-point shot, gave his team an edge.
Nah, he'd be good on a team like the Sacramento Kings. He'd definitely be good on a team like the Sacramento Kings. Because imagine them having a guy that can shoot. I think the Sacramento Kings would have took him, bro. A trash-ass team like that. Ooh, the Charlotte Hornets. Another trash-ass team that could use a spark, that could use a sharpshooter, bro. He would excel right now if he was on trash-ass teams that was barely making the postseason.
So his value was much higher back in his day. Tony Allen. The era of the defensive specialist has greatly evolved in recent years. Much like three-point specialists, you must provide more than just one thing. But back when Allen, aka the Grindfather, was at his peak, he was able to get by with just this singular skill, perimeter defense. Allen was a 6-time All-Defender in Memphis, and a huge reason why they were a top 10 defense for so many years. In fact, he was such a nuisance to play against.
Try to close out. Took to Tony Allen to try to turn off the water. Crowds Lillard and strip the ball free.
Whenever a superstar was asked the question, who was the defender that gave you the most trouble? Kobe, LeBron, and even Kevin Durant vehemently claimed Tony Allen was the toughest defender they ever faced. For a 6'4", 210-pound shooting guard, he was somewhat undersized, but held his ground due to his burly frame and his strong, quick hands, which he used to harass his opponent at every opportunity, leaving them no chance to even initiate their move. Unfortunately, that was about the extent of Allen's game. The Memphis Grizzlies made the playoffs for 7 consecutive years from 2011 to 2017, with Allen being there for every single year, but the team's biggest weakness has always been their offense. Specifically, their lack of offensive creation, which made their game plan very stagnant and predictable. During an era of pace and space, where teams with multiple ball handlers and shot creators benefited greatly, the Grizzlies remained a relic of the past. Of course, it's not just the fault of Tony Allen and his inability to do anything offensively, but their game plan was flawed from the start. Defense can only get you so far.
I agree with that. They definitely needed I will never understand why they traded Rudy Gay while he was ascending into his prime. Getting rid of Rudy Gay, I feel like was the worst thing Memphis could have did. Because that could have been your go-to scorer. And when they traded him, I was like, oh, Memphis is never gonna never reach the heights that they can get to. Now they've been to the conference finals. I know they've been to the conference finals before, but when they made it there, what happened? They got their ass whooped, belt to ass, right? Exactly. Memphis ain't never made it past. Memphis ain't never looked as good as they did in what was it, 2013? Memphis ain't looked as good as they did in 2013 in a long time. And that was only because Russell Westbrook got injured. Let's keep that in mind too. So yeah, no disrespect to Memphis, but y'all trading away Rudy Gay was the worst thing y'all could have did.
Allen laughably averaged 1 assist per game for his career as a shooting guard, and I'd imagine he couldn't get away with that in the modern era. They simply needed another shot creator, another threat from the perimeter, and he never provided that.
Well, I mean, when you got people like Lou Dort existing, I think you could pretty much be good. I think he would have been good, man. He'd be good in this era.
He carved out a 14-year career, putting all his skill points into one talent, which is, respectable. He was arguably the best perimeter defender for 5 or 6 straight years, and his defense kept him in the league for so long. Kenneth Faried.
Oh, damn.
If there was an NBA encyclopedia and you turned the page to the section for hustle and energy or something like that, the first thing you see should be Kenneth Faried. Now, I'm not saying he played with the most energy I've ever seen, because I'm sure plenty of others built their careers from hustling and competing with maximum effort. But Faried is the perfect example of somebody who's only on the floor because his energy fuels his game.
Imagine like a less talented Giannis. If you imagine a less talented Giannis, you would get Kenneth Faried.
Like, you could argue he's a good rebounder, but he's never been good at positioning his body nor boxing out. He gets rebounds by simply outworking and out-hustling his opponent.
Oh my God, pass the ball!
In reality, every part of his game is lackluster, but
Jesus
he makes up for it
Christ.
with his effort. That's why by the age of 29, he was already out of the league. The drive, the motivation, the hunger to succeed.
Oh damn, Terrence Ross.
And when a player like
I forgot about that dunk. Oh, that dunk was so nasty.
He doesn't have the actual skills to fall back on. For his entire NBA career, his energy fueled his desire to win, whether it's catching lobs, or rolling to the baskets, grabbing boards, or even his defense, which he wasn't good at, but his effort created the illusion that he was.
Hey, effort is all you can give, bro.
A lot of things working against him.
Hey, effort is the most you can ask for in a player. Effort is the most you can ask for. Ben Simmons. That's why your ass ain't in the league now. Bitch ass nigga. But still though, effort is the best thing you can ask for, bro. As long as you go out there giving it your all, that's all that matters. You get good points with the coach. Might not get a lot of playing time, but hey, when somebody in foul trouble, I know I can count on you.
Being a 6'8" power forward / center, it's tough. It's even tougher when you have no bag. But he was able to find a niche in Denver because he joined them at the right time. They were rebuilding, they were experimenting with young players, and they played at a relentless pace. Top 5 in the league in pace for 4 straight years. With Faried's energy, he prospered in that role, because all he had to do was run up and down the court and he'll find a way to make an impact. It helps when the rest of the team is also young and runs alongside you. But the moment the Nuggets pivoted towards a different playstyle, with Jokic running the offense, Faried was no longer productive. Because in a half-court setting, when defenses are actually paying attention to you, Faried can't do anything. There's only so much he can do with a limited skill set and even more limited physical tools.
Yeah.
Jason Williams.
Wait, whoa.
Alright, it took me a while to think of players to include in this video, and I wasn't sure if Jason Williams would be a great choice.
Oh no, this is a terrible take right here. What is you talking about? What are we talking? Oh, we're not gonna let the Jason Williams disrespect go out here. Hell no. Hell no, sir. Hell no.
Done.
Hell no. Put some respect on it.
Stop playing with my name.
Let's
I ain't
go
gonna
right
say
on
it. Nigga, when my name come up, respect it.
Let's go.
Stop playing with my fucking name. All three of y'all, stop playing with my name. I ain't gonna say it no more.
I'm saying though, y'all tripping on this one. I don't agree with this one.
Bag up, Terry. Put it in reverse, Terry. Put it in reverse. Oh, Lord, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
Despite his shortcomings, his playstyle was iconic, and it was built around his otherworldly passing ability. He earned the nickname White Chocolate due to his flair and creativity, and how he basically looks like he's freestyling on the court. At his peak, very few players in history can entertain a crowd as well as Jay Will.
Oh my God, he had Kobe slipping.
His game outside his passing was insufficient. He was a very poor jump shooter, with several seasons of shooting over 6 threes a game on under 30%. Dude was near the top of the charts in attempts, but near the bottom in percentage. His popularity exploded in his first 3 years in Sacramento as he became a walking highlight reel. He'd arguably be the NBA's most popular player. Unfortunately, his on-court production never came close to what we expected. Williams was a volatile player. He would frequently play out of control and not listen to his coaches. This included a season where he averaged nearly 4 turnovers a game despite putting up 7 assists. In addition, he got suspended and fined several times for his behavior. It wasn't until Sacramento traded him away for Mike Bibby when they broke through the barrier and reached a new level. While Bibby was never as extravagant as Jay Will, he was more stable and provided a steady point guard dynamic that the Kings needed.
I definitely agree with that. When they got Mike Bibby, yeah, the Kings was definitely on another level. But they got robbed in 02, bro. Say what you want, they got robbed in 02. I don't care what anybody say. The Lakers should have lost that series, bro. Don't at me, bro. At your mama, nigga. That referee was rigged. That referee was compromised. I forgot his name, but that referee was compromised. That referee was compromised, bro. Hell nah.
Over the years, Williams' passing has always remained the one and only elite aspect of his game. While he did improve in other aspects, like his three-point shot, and he toned down to become less chaotic, even winning a championship as the starting point guard in Miami, his career unfortunately was quickly fading away.
But how does that make him a one-trick pony, though? Because I remember in Miami, he turned up in Miami. His jump shooting got better. His play selection got better. He slowed down. He started to see the floor a lot better. He was even playing defense a lot better when he got to Miami. He was way more focused in Miami than he was anywhere else. So how can we say that he was only known for one thing when he actually excelled? I don't agree with this at all, bro. I'm sorry, brother. I can't agree with you on this one.
This shit is whack. And get this shit the fuck out of here.
I'm sorry. I can't. I can't agree with this one, bro. This ain't it, dog. This ain't it, big dog.
I can explain.
The problem was, even though Williams expanded his game, his reputation as a player never changed. For every mistake, coaches had a short leash with him. He saw his playing time decrease.
Okay, but what does that have to do with his abilities on the court? We talking about off the court shit. This has nothing to do with his abilities on the court. If we were talking about on the court abilities, he excelled and got better. He stayed focused. Was he kind of a hothead? Yes. But what the fuck does that have to do with his on the floor performance? When he's actually out there playing a lot better than he used to. I don't agree with this, bro. I don't.
Until he retired. Roy Hibbert. Remember the term verticality? Well, I think Hibbert popularized this term because nobody really used it much before.
I don't agree with this one either. Roy Hibbert could actually put the ball in the basket when you need him to. He was actually one of the last good big men in the league. He was one of the last good bigs in the league before like Jokic and Wemby and fucking Joel Embiid came in. Before they came in, he was actually one of the good ones. I don't know what happened to him mentally, bro. I don't know what happened to him mentally, but something was clearly off. I don't really know how to explain it to you. Something about him was just off. I can't really put my mind around it.
Do it again, please.
Stay off the weed. It's stay off the weed. And you can't stay off the weed. He ain't getting busted for using weed. Stays off the weed.
Basically, what it means is that if the defender jumps vertically to contest a shot, it's considered legal defense, even if their bodies collide.
The other four starters all in double figures. Smith goes to the basket, blocked again, and off of Smith. It's going to be Pacer ball. Hibbert has been...
Hibbert, with his immaculate timing on his jumps, combined with being a massive 7'2", he utilized this verticality rule to its maximum potential, and thus became one of the most impactful defenders of his time. In back-to-back seasons, 2013 and 2014, the Indiana Pacers were the top-ranked defense in the league, as Hibbert anchored the paint in a way that even the most brilliant offenses could not break. That is, until the playoffs started.
Hill inside to Hibbert. Blocked by Korver.
Oh, hell no. You know you trash when Kyle Korver block your shit. Nigga, Kyle Korver blocked your shit.
If we go to prison for the rest of our life, whoop-de-doo.
Kyle Korver not known as a shot blocker as we take one more look.
This nigga Kyle Korver blocked your shit, bro.
You see, despite Hibbert's verticality, there were no other strong points in his game. He was pretty mid at everything else, including his defense outside the paint. He struggled with that, and small ball offenses like the Heat and even...
Well, to be fair, a lot of big men struggle when they go outside the paint to play defense. Bruh. Let's not act like all big men. Let's not sit here and act like you could run circles around Shaq on the perimeter, bro. Like, be for real, bro. You could run circles around Shaq on the perimeter. Because Shaq was never gonna guard you on the perimeter. He would stay by the free throw line. And any big that he had to face that could shoot from the outside, they would just shoot from the outside. They not finna go down there and bang with Shaq. They know what comes with that, so they would put their all outside game on. Like, come on, Chief.
Even the Hawks gave him a difficult time when the floor was spread with shooters. For a 7'2", 270-pound center, you'd expect his rebounding to be decently good, but it never was. In the infamous 2014 playoff series against the Atlanta Hawks, Hibbert had fewer than 5 rebounds in 5 of the 7.
God damn, did y'all see these stats? Look at that. 8 points, 6 points, 4 points, 6 points, 0, 0, and 13, bro. Damn, you was ass. Damn, Roy Hibbert was ass. Damn. Boy, you made Kwame Brown look better than that. Jesus Christ. You made Kwame Brown look like Patrick Ewing, boy. Goddamn.
Sway. Take a few steps to go.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers, Sway.
Kanye.
I've been doing this more than you.
Doing what?
You ain't got.
Come on, chill out.
You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers.
I'm asking you.
You ain't been doing the education,
bro.
You ain't been doing the education. Walt Disney, Nike, Google. Now who's gonna be the Medici family and stand up and let me create more?
Oh my God. I'm sorry, brother, but you make Kwame Brown look like goddamn Patrick Ewing, bro.
7 games, including his infamous 0 rebound game and back-to-back 0-point games. Plus, his scoring efficiency is especially abysmal for a guy of his size. He had years of shooting like 44-45% from the field, despite most of his attempts being in the paint. I still recall when Shaq was literally bullying him on national television, claiming that Hibbert should be averaging 28 and 15. But that was never a possibility. Over the years, his success on the Pacers has been perceived to be kind of a fluke. It was the perfect situation for him, as the game plan was to funnel players into the tower that is Hibbert, so he can jump and contest a shot with his verticality. This formula worked in Indiana, but once he left the team, it was immediately downhill from there. He could not adapt. He pretty much became useless when the one skill he was good at became nullified. During an era where the center position saw a revival with more and more competent centers on the come-up, Hibbert remained in the Stone Age. And unlike Brook Lopez, he never worked hard enough to expand his game to stay relevant. In just 2 seasons after leaving the Pacers, Hibbert fell out of the NBA. And those were 6 NBA players who found success in the NBA by being...
I disagree with the Jason Williams one. That is by far the worst take on here. Jason Williams is by far the worst take on here. Okay, you proved yourself. You proved your point with the Roy Hibbert shit. But Andre Drummond has actually evolved into a knockdown corner shooter. So due to where we stand right now, the Andre Drummond one probably aged like milk, but the rest of these are pretty much on point, except for Jason Williams and Andre Drummond. Them the only two that I can't. Them the only two that I gotta call you out for. But other than that, though, man, that's just gonna about do it for this one, man. Most definitely. I will see you all in the next video. Till then, deuces.